Hello. So, based on popular demand, I've come with the make.com automation tutorial. So, this tutorial we're going to learn how to build make.com automations, and the sample we're using is you're looking at this personalized learning path where we automate the process of getting learning materials so that we can save it in our Google Sheet. And then Google Sheet is what I use. You can also use Notion, and when you save it, you can now go through it for your learning, and that's it. All right, so now you can see this is the workflow that I built with make.com. I have the tally forms, Google Gemini, iterator, HTTP module, and the Google Sheets module. They all work together to create this tool that someone can actually use to, create a schedule of their learning. So I'm going to show you some of the important details that are in it. So what you have to do is to head over to the form. Like I said, it's about what you want to use as your input. You can use Google Sheets as the input where you put your details in sheet 1 and then the output will come out in sheet 2. Or if you can also use this form, this tally form, or any other kind of form as your input. So for me, I could say let me use AI automation. So current level, beginner, 5 hours a week, and learning style. Well, I'm not really the. Let me just go with article. So before you click on submit, I would need to check the I'll need to get it to run so you can check and see if it's like waiting for. So let me just check. eh, when I click on submit, then I'll head over to then see it begins to run. Google Gemini will start compiling all those data, and everything will just, and that would be it. So when you go and check all the bundles that come from it, you see all those data that I filled. See, Google Gemini has already, done everything, gathered all the data, and made it so easy for us to go through it. So that's the process that we are going to, is what we are going to be building here. So if you would love to get your hands dirty with make.com, so you can just join me while we create this right now. So what you do is, let's head out to this place. What I want to do now is to replicate this stuff like this. So what do? We set up tally forms, but tally forms is not what we should be doing now. The main thing we should do would be to create the form. Let's select watch new responses. So let's just keep this here, and we are going to create a new, and then after creating it, this is the draft though I don't intend to create it. After you create it, you head over to your um head over to this place, you copy the link, and you can open it in another browser in workflow, so we'll still connect it again. So you just come over here, you click on connect, and when you click on connect, you just quickly get over here, click on create a webhook. So you can use this. I already set up one, connected it, and it's like, okay, give me the form ID. There are so many forms here, so when you pick this, then they would give you a hook. When they give you a link, you come over there, you paste it, and you click on connect. So many links here. You click on connect, and that is how you'll be able to connect that stuff. So now that we have been able to sort out the whole thing with the stuff, let's head back to so it's not a problem. So that's it. So that link there, you copy it. I mentioned that before. The next step would be to add your. No, the next step would be to save it, because you need to save your workflow. what do we name this? Let's say personalized learning 2. I already have a personalized learning 2, personalized learning path. Personalized learning path for me, you can name it anything else you want to, and you hit save. You need to save so you be on the safe side. The next one I'm going to now be to connect Google Gemini. Now, to use Google Gemini, you would need to go to AI Studio, or should I say Google AI Studio? You need to go to Google AI Studio to get your details. So, when you now get to AI Studio, you get to this point and you sign up with your account. So, you create an API key if you don't have one, or you import if you've created one before in the old Google environment, and when you get it, you click on copy the API key. You can store it somewhere safe, right? So you don't have to be going back and forth over here. After that, you come over here and you create the module that we'll be using. So just type Google Gemini. You can also use ChatGPT, right? You can use ChatGPT. We just need to get us a response. So this should be enough. So you have to connect. You can click on add, and yes, you add your API key here. And that's it. You save it. But of course, I already have an existing connection here, my Gemini AI connection. So the AI model, you choose the one you want. Me, I normally use 2.5 flash. So I just say, okay, I want to go with 2.5 flash. So that's the one I would go for. And add the items. What row are we going for? User. And the parts that we are going for. What's the message type? Text. Since we are going for text, now we're looking at topic. Why is this not showing anything? Should be showing something. We're looking at give us topic, um, topic, level, give us time, level, commitment, and learning style. That's not how I did it there in my own case. I mean, the first one I didn't really add all. I only added the topic and the level. But I think it's like cool to add. We're not doing any advanced thing here, so we don't need to fill the other ones. So we'll come to the instructions part, add the system prompt. What value are we creating here? Well, this would have to enter the prompt that would run, right? So we can ask ChatGPT to generate a fitting prompt that would give this. And when we get that from ChatGPT, we'll paste it in here. Let me see if I can get something real quick. How do you open this? So I want to copy the existing prompts that I already have. That's in the one that we made before. The one I made before that I showed at the beginning of this video. So copy it. When I copy the prompt out, paste it in. Then scroll down. Okay. So this is what I want to copy. It's quite lengthy. Okay. So I like making prompts like this. I just copy that format and tell ChatGPT this is what I want to do. So just give me the prompt me that I believe it's better when we have more detailed stuff like that. So let's head back to this place. Come to value. So I mean, if we are looking at this, I just want to remap this so we don't have issues. What is your topic? This is similar to that prompt I made in that data cleaning agent video too. So we want it to be a test, and we can leave every other thing like this. Let me just stay like that. It's better to let it run that way and save it. So let's run to see. We run it with the existing data we have filled before. That's strange because normally you would ask me to run with existing data. Okay, I guess maybe I had not saved it then. So I would need to head back to this place and fill the form again. The data was not saved there. So let's put it again. Yeah, thank God. AI automation, beginner, we're doing 5 hours a week, and then article. Is it listening? I need to make sure that it's listening. I don't want it to. Yeah, so if it's not listening, when you fill the form, you won't get anything. That's because it's not been set in production, of course. So now, see, it's running currently. So when you click on this, you can see it has gotten something for us. Yeah, when you click on this now, you see we've gotten something here already. So let's add the next one. The next one will be an iterator. We need it to go through all the data results that we'll be collecting from the Google Gemini. So when Google Gemini presents the data for us, we need to iterate through it so we can feed it to Serper API. So we're using Serper API, right? So we would need that. Where is the let me check to be sure again what I gave this one. Okay, it was the entire mode. Yeah, because it's an array. Huh? The error I would have gotten here just now. I'm very serious. It's entire mode without feed. So let me save it. Wait, not this thing. It's not something. So now what we are trying to do is to look through the results. So when you check here now, when you check this place, when you get to the results, see, when you go to the modules that you see, we have week 1, AI automation fundamentals, and week 2, and they have you see the various search queries. So we want the iterator to go through this search query, use it, and generate content that we would use to learn. Right, so all these things that Google Gemini has gotten from us, we want it to use it to generate content that we use to learn how to identify tasks, AI automation. So we want it to look through all this. Like when you check the password that I made, like this password, you see, oh, it's that white of. Well, the bundle was in the bundle was in 4 units, right? So let me run this again. I should run this thing with an existing data because I don't want to feed that from again. Everything not clear. Why is this not running? Yeah, run this for me, please. Because normally it would ask you to run with existing data. That's a lot better and saves us many time. So when you check this iterator now, you see the iterator has gotten check it. The iterator has now looked through all the data. You will see when we'll start using the let me save this. The next one will be using Serper API. So next will be using Serper. So let me type Serper. I never really checked Serper. Let me see Serper. There is no Serper here. So the way you can access Serper is using making a HTTP request. So make a HTTP request Serper. So you see this will require you, like when you specify API key, it will require you put an API key here. It will require you entering the URL. So to get the API key, you need to head over to Serper.dev. So when you get over to Serper.dev, like over here, let's see, you just type Serper.dev. When you get to Serper.dev, it prompts you to sign up. You sign up, and for me, I'll sign in. I already have an account there. So when we now head over to the API key section, you'll be prompted to create an API, a new key. So I have already created one, so I'll just like copy the API key, and of course copy it and keep it somewhere, right? So we head back here. See, but I don't need to paste this one because I already have an existing storage, right? So, but for you, if you're feeling like this, you probably be prompted to save that API key in your credentials. So when you finish saving it, you now have to add the URL of what you're trying to access. There was this. I found this resource from the Serper documentation, but I do know it's Serper.dev slash articles that I'm looking for. I don't know. Search. I mean, search would return. Search would return videos and whatever as well. But for this case, I think I would go with videos first. Search would return articles and videos. I hope I'm correct. But I mean, it should be videos. Videos, yes, it's videos. So wait, it's like no, I'm using the wrong link. This is the right link. It's google.serper.dev. Oh my god. Oh my god. So it's not Serper. It's not like this. This is it. This is the right one. So of course, it's a post request that we're going to be making. Let me make that. Let's add the header. So in this header, you would also have to add the API key as well. So see your X. API key. So you paste the API key here. I'm just using this like but you should paste the API key. Yes, so you can add an additional header for the, you want it to return as what's that header they call it? Content type. Is it content type? Anyways, I can always peep here to see what we are doing. Yeah, it's content type. Okay. And it should be application JSON. Nothing to like join here. Yeah. So that's how we're using it, and I don't think we have any parameters to add. Yeah, it's application, and we're making a JSON string. So how do we get this JSON string now that we have to add? We want it to return like a JSON. Maybe we can manually. We have to. And then map this. Where is it? We map the search query. Then yeah, that's it. Why do I have a feeling that I'm wrong? I feel like that's not it. Let me check. Yes, okay, that's it. Let me just copy this thing. So let me just remap it. I'm doing it like this so we can avoid plenty errors, because the error for just plenty like this. Yes, we need to put this in pass. We need to pass the response and ignore the other options there. Just put it like this. And make sure you add your own API key. And after we do that, we can now click on save and run it. We can also make another one for videos if you want it to return video. But the thing about that I noticed in the process of building this thing was that, okay, the one I did is for videos. Let me just change it to search, because I noticed that they are all the same. Search even although videos will return videos only. I'm feeling like maybe I should leave videos. Maybe, there are some topics, like the last topic that I checked was for makeup. So I don't think anybody wants to write a written tutorial on makeup. I think it's mostly video. So I got mostly videos as output. So maybe I should just let it, because I know there are some written content out there on videos. And then let's make another one. Same message. This time around it will be for articles. And for articles you'll use search. So API key. Let me just copy that. Just paste it here. Change it to search. And we are using post, so add the headers. So you also add the API key that we added before. API. I'm just using this as a placeholder. You should add the API key like that in your own system. And of course, we are using application JSON. When I already specified, I don't need to start in manually data, right? Or if I have any issue, I'll just add it like that. So the body content, where it starts, one that I had seen before. So I think it's the same thing that we have here. I set it to pass response. And when we now run it, we'd have to, I don't think I want to be using existing data. I think I would have to like maybe fill it again. Should I do that? Maybe. But let's just keep going. The next one will be adding Google Sheets. Before you add Google Sheets, you head over to, where is that? Console.cloud. Yes, console.cloud. So you can, when you head to console.cloud, you create a project. If you don't have a project created there, you create a project. Very, 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 very important. And well, this is for Google Sheets. So Google Sheets doesn't require that much. If it's something like Google Drive, I would say we'll have to go and enabling so many things for Google Sheets. Now I'm already using Crypto UI project. So we'll just head over to API and services. I already enabled it though, so we can still enable it again. Let me find. You just go over there and search for Google Sheets. When Google Sheets shows up, you enable it. My reception is a bit slow, so it might take a long time for this to come up. Let me try refresh quickly, see if it comes up. Why that is going on, let's just continue what we're doing. So let me add the Google Sheet. Okay, let me just add a row first. So which role are we even adding this Google Sheet to? Yeah, I'm having low reception at the moment. I'm having very low reception at the moment. It's affecting everything. So which Google Sheet are we even going to be using this month? What you have to do now is to go and create a Google Sheet, right? If you have not created one. So I'll say I'm using personalized database. So this personalized database is the one I'm using, the one I've created. You can also go to, when you head to the home, you create one yourself and you add timestamp, query, video link, article links, so you now head back here. Yeah, my reception is back now. This is what I was referring to. The was that I think I have to search for it. It should be Google Workspace. That's Google Sheets. You have to enable it in order to use it. So when it opens, the first thing you do is just I've already enabled it. So if you haven't enabled it, just come over here and click enable and it will be enabled, right? So we now check back here. So when you check back here, add Google Sheets and the row. It will prompt you to connect. If you haven't connected before, you would have to connect and sign in with your Google account. And after you've done the signing in, now you can select start by parts, my drive. It's personalized database that using. You can also use any other one you want to use. So that's it. I just scroll down quickly to P. Okay, select personalized learning and sheet one. The table contains headers because I already added the headers and these are the headers. So timestamp would be now depending on when we. So it would be now. The query would be this is the same query that we have come back and forth with. Then the video links would be the ones I will receive from. So let me just run it so that we can be on the safe side. You know what I'm saying? Let me unlink this thing first. So mm-hmm. So this is what I was showing us earlier. And you can see that these four bundles that we have. So these four bundles now, see all of them now. That's being cute. I see. Let me find it. Where the data there first. You find the answer in organic. So when you go to organic, you see these are articles. This one is written by Flo Former. This one is Guide to Artificial Intelligence and Automation, computerscience.org. And this is a detailed introduction worker tool. So you can see all this when we have gone through the whole thing. And like I said, they are in 4 series like that. When you check this one out, you see check the videos. You don't need the software meters for anything. Just go to the videos. See 80% of AI estimation is 9 minutes. Dash. This is that's with Saref and this is Legend J. These are all modern works, right? So all 10 of them there that we got. So the next one will now be adding these details that we have gotten to Google Sheets. Yeah, let's proceed. Everything is running. This bundle now has everything. Let's connect it, please. Let me run it again. It's not showing. Yeah, it is not showing there. If we try to run it, it probably give us something, an empty stuff like that. Let me just wait. This would give an error though. Well, I think it's best we just do like that first. So now I can easily map it because the last time it was not showing. Let me bring up the file again. Sheet one and Yes, table contains headers, and then the query, we also have the query top cut. Should we be using the query we got from this? Let's use the query we got from this one. Then look at the video links, videos. Then the articles, find it in organic. So just click on save. That should be saved. And let me just find it individually. It's, I hope it runs though. I hope it is. Okay, so it has added the, so it's in. Let's check it. Why am I not surprised? Nothing. Well, I guess it's because I want it. I should have filled completely so that the data will go. Huh? If you don't fill it completely, when you realize that it doesn't, so let's just click on that our data that we had some that we used before, and so let's use this. Like, run again. Now it's all. When you check this Google Sheet, now you're seeing these four operations, and that means that. Hey, let's check it and see. Is looking like what we want to see, right? So this one is beginner guide to AI automation, and this is best no code AI automation, and this is how to design AI automation, and this is beginner guide to implementing no code AI automation to call, and the whole thing looks somehow. So we can also change this, maybe create a second sheet where if we want to make it to be like a real personalized learning something, so it will not just be like this. We could now say maybe add second sheet, and in this sheet too we could use maybe still use that timestamp. Just use request ID, something like that. But let's just take this one. And over here would maybe say week because we are going week by week, right? And that one now say let's have the week content. Let's have the content for the week like that, something like that. That would go right. Let's check it out and see if it goes. And this is the article. And here we have the query. So what I would have to do here is to get to this point. When I check this, we have some operations that we've already gotten. So I'll just come over here and I'll say refresh. I'll look for a way to refresh it so that it would just bring up what I wanted to bring. Oh, it's still showing those things, but I mean it's still here, so let's refresh it. There's sheet 2, table contains headers, prefilled, week, then we have videos, then we have article, we have such query. Let me check this video. I think this video was mapping one, was mapping just one, right? I think it was mapping just one. Like, the video will just map a single link. We have to find a way to get it to map every link. Should not be so. Because I think it's mapping just a single link. Is it? Maybe it's me. Let me check it again. Then we need to correct this one as well before. It should be just one. I don't know. Maybe I should have filled it. I should have filled it so everything will be dynamic. So we'll not have any confusing things there. But you get the drift here. We're trying to do here. See? In this beginner guide, build and sell AI no code, best no code. So I think what it does is it would map one video out of those four operations. It would map just one out of the many videos that we get there. So I think that's what it's doing, is selecting the first out of many that we have there. And then when you check the article links, this is an article link, right? This is also an article link, and it's also on that same stuff there. Well, anyways, you get the drift. Going over to fix this will also be some. But you can also go this way. You can also use this pattern. So that's basically how to be building a. That's how you would automate with make.com. You'd save and How would you set it? You say, okay, whenever someone fills the form, do this. So, and it will be running like that. So when you set it up, maybe click. At the speed request arrive, I think I would leave it at 15 minutes. I still want to preserve my credits. So that's, you click, always click on save. This make.com is one of the flaws in it. So with it, I think it's active now. Let me, when we head back to scenarios now, when we head back to scenarios, let me check. Personalized. I don't know why this is here. Okay, I'll check that later. But it's not the one we did, Sha. Where is it? Yes, learning path. See, it's on, which means it's active now. So if I go to fill that form again, the moment I go to fill that form again, it will run. So that's how you can create workflows. You can also play around with, like, they have a comprehensive documentation. This was not done by me though. I came across it. It's a template, so I just took it and was just looking at it. So there are many templates they have. You can just go and check it over there and just bring it over to your make environment and play around with it, and that's how you would be able to build and set them all in production. So that's the end of the video. Thanks and see you next time.